Our next speaker is Gargi, a student who chose to speak on perfectionism because, like many, she has felt the weight of trying to live up to impossible standards of perfect. Her goal with this talk is to help others rethink what real success means, beyond academic validation and achievements. Gargi is passionate about mental health, self-growth, and the power of being true to oneself, imperfections included. She hopes to inspire everyone to embrace authenticity and find joy in who they are, beyond societal expectations.
Let's give a warm round of applause for Gargi and get ready to be inspired.
Hello everyone, how's it going? So, quick question for you. How many times have you put copious amounts of blood, sweat, and tears into something that you truly want, only to end up as average, only to end up as a failure? Come on, I need you to raise your hands. I'm glad to see that I'm not the only one. So today, I'm going to talk about a problem that we have all faced but have rarely talked about. Perfectionism. You know that tiny voice in your head nagging at you, telling you you're worthless, and you'll never be enough, and you're undeserving? Yeah, that voice. Spoiler alert, that voice is a drama queen, and a liar. So, Michael Law once said that at its root, perfectionism isn't really about a deep love for being meticulous. It's about fear. Fear of making a mistake. Fear of disappointing others. Fear of failure. Fear of success. Now, if such a prominent and successful figure has felt this fear, what is stopping it from being the devil on your guys' shoulders? And you might tell me that perfectionism, isn't that a good thing? It always pushes me to do my best, right? Well, really, does it? Because the only thing that I see it pushing is the gray hairs in your head from stress. And it also leads you to believe that your entire self-worth is tied to external validation, when it is very clearly not. So, perfectionism, a deeper dive. Perfectionism is like autocorrect, I would say, a tiny gremlin in your head, editing, changing, nitpicking everything you do to fit society's expectations. For some of us, that might mean choosing a career because of the paycheck rather than the passion. And for others, it might mean trying to get an ideal body, you know? And when we fail to reach these impossible standards that we set for ourselves, we lapse into anxiety, stress, depression. And the Psychological Bulletin has even done research. And since the 1980s, there's been a 33% increase in the need to be perfect, especially in teens. And it also causes anxiety, stress, depression, fun, right? And the thing is that no one wants to admit that they're not okay, because society has made it so hard for us to express ourselves, and admitting to any weakness at all just brings on a whole lot of humiliation. Now let's all be real for a second. Social media is like majority of the problem. It's a teenager's favorite dream, but also their worst nightmare. It's the gateway to the comparison of our boring regular lives to an influencer's shiny perfect ones. I mean, how many times have you looked at someone else's Insta story and felt that your life was lacking something? I know that I have, several times. And Optimist Minds, another research has been published, saying that 60% of teens feel pressure to look perfect on social media. And heavy social media users also tend to show a lot more need to be perfect and also show negative mental health effects, which is terrible. And the thing is that what is the point of wanting all of this when it's fake? It's not even real. I mean, those perfect photos you see, they probably took 1 million tries and still require 3 different filters to make them look perfect. And if it's not real, then what's the point of wanting it, right? And Oscar Wilde said, be yourself, everybody else is already taken. And that's so true, because you have to be able to believe in who you truly are, rather than a whole concoction of 3 different stolen personalities stacked on top of each other. He also said that most people are other people. Their thoughts are someone else's opinions. Their lives are mimicry. Their passions a quotation. Now, I have absolutely no interest in trying to be made of other people, and I doubt you would too. Perfectionism is eating you alive. I mean, I used to be the perfectionist. You know, the person who would cry over any grade under a 90? And the thing is, life just smacked me in the face this one time. I was working on an English assignment, fixing it for the 100th time. I got a B on that, and I was crushed. That's when I realized putting all that work, stressing about it, even if I didn't stress about it, maybe I might have done better. Even if I didn't do better, at least I wouldn't have all those thoughts going in my head telling me that I'm worthless. And that's the thing, perfectionism is not good. It just makes you miserable. Now, lucky for us, we're not alone in this. Perfectionism is a pandemic that has hit everyone, even celebrities. For example, Catherine Lynn Rose. She's a Chinese-Canadian actor, and she has put this song, The Price of Perfection, which has... Okay, So she wrote this song, The Price of Perfection, which inspired me to write this speech. And she has written another track called The Top of My School, right? And it pretty much says it all. I mean, everyone wants to be on top, but what do we have to sacrifice to achieve that? Emma Watson, another great example. I mean, she has talked so much about how perfectionism has ruined her mental health. And the thing is, she seems to have it all, right? Money, grades, career, everything. And if Hermione Granger herself is struggling with it, what chances do we have? But no, I'm not here into making you stop your hustle. I'm here to help you. So how do we get out of the cycle of stress and anxiety? First step, you have to stop chasing perfection like it's some free chocolate giveaway. Vince Lombardi once said that perfectionism is not achievable, but if we chase perfection, we can catch excellence. And the thing is, excellence is achievable. You can actually see how much you excel. Perfectionism, however, is just a concept created. Step 1, give yourself a break. Seriously, you're not a robot. Mistakes are an integral part of life. And seriously, that's how we learn, right? Whenever something wrong happens, just say it is what it is. Great example here. And then move on. Next step, set realistic goals. You don't have to aim to be perfect all the time. You just have to aim to be done. And each small goal, it gives you a free dopamine boost, so that's another thing. And step 3, redefine success. You don't have to let other people's opinions define who you are. Success for me might not mean the same thing as success for you. And that's completely okay. You have to understand that. And Oscar Wilde, which I really love this dude by the way, said that to live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people exist, that is all. Now I plan on doing a lot more than just existing, right? So think again, the cost of perfection is pretty high. Too high, it costs you your peace of mind, your sense of self, everything. And what is free? Self-acceptance. So accept yourself. I want to leave you with one last thought, right? What would happen if one day in your life you stopped chasing perfection and started chasing progress? What would happen if one day you decided to live deliberately and suck out all the marrow of life? What if one day you just took the risk to be you? Thank you.